Hey guys, wanted to do a quick video explaining why I think HEX was an absolute game changer to DeFi and crypto, and how the Maximus tokens are the kill shot. So when HEX came along, there was no real way to earn yield, like passive income, on your crypto in a trustless way. So a lot of people in crypto are relying on, middlemen like Celsius, BlockFi, etc. exchanges to invest their money elsewhere, take risks using their money, and you have a contractual agreement with these companies, and that outlines, what happens in the case of a liquidation, what happens in the case of bankruptcy, etc. So, kind of the opposite of why crypto was invented. And I think, Hex really changed the game in the sense, and the image that's in my head that I want to instill in you, that I heard on a Twitter space once, was that Hex lets you earn passive income in your cold storage wallet. Let me say that again. With Hex, you can earn passive income in your cold storage wallet. So what is a cold storage wallet? It's just a wallet that you create on the blockchain that you have keys to, that you have a seed phrase for, either a 12 or 24 word seed phrase, and you can write that down on a piece of paper, you can tattoo it on your arm, you can, engrave it on steel, you can split that up, whatever, right? You have the words, you can memorize it. And so let's just take memorization because that's the most awesome example. But say you memorize your 12 words, right? You have one wallet, you memorize your 12 words. You can have $50 million worth of HEX staked for 15 years, and you have the 12 words memorized. And you can travel all around the world, you can get on flights, you can, be whitewater rafting and almost die, and your HEX is earning you yield every single day, every single hour, every single minute. And for me, that was the big aha moment with HEX. Like, this is different. There's no company in the middle, there's no contractual agreement in the middle. There is a contract which runs at the beginning of your stake. Your coins are burnt, and at the end of the stake, there's a function in the contract which runs to check, the daily payout and a bunch of other things to see how much HEX you've earned and you're eligible for at the end of your stake. And you receive your principal plus interest completely trustlessly. While you've been whitewater rafting and traveling around the world and having a child and, going through university or whatever it is, right? That was the big, wow, okay, HEX is literally the thing which everyone is looking for. Like, literally, it is the financial instrument that every single person, through all of the nonsense that you see on Twitter and the news and, economists speculating on this, that, and the other, HEX is the thing that everyone is looking for. It's a capturing, somehow being able to just create an accounting system which lets you measure your investment versus the rest of the system, right? Capturing the inflation of the system. How long are you willing to stake? How much are you willing to put in? And you're rewarded for that, right? It's just an accounting system to capture yield, right? So that was the big aha moment for me, the fact that you could do that with zero overhead trustlessly. And I think it really did change the game. Change the crypto game, change the DeFi game. And then Maximus DAO came along, and you can see the tokens here on my screen with MAXI, Deci, Lucky Tree, and Base. And they're just smart contracts built on top of HEX. Initially, I didn't really pay too much attention to them just because it was like an added layer of complexity on top of HEX, and I was still really digging into the weeds of HEX. And you might be in the same position right now, not really, wanting to or can be bothered to add another level of complexity on top of something that you're still wrestling with in your mind, because HEX has just so many layers to it and, variables, things that are going on. But I would really encourage you to look into these tokens, because the big kill shot for me, the reason why I think these tokens are the kill shot for crypto, is that, you know, HEX let you have a share of a system that's inflating, and you can have your share of the inflation depending on how much risk you want to take, how long your time preferences are. You can have your share, right? And these tokens are like a share of a share, right? Without getting too inception like. But you can have a share of a max length 15-year stake, right? You don't necessarily need to do a 15-year stake, but you can have a 10% share in MAXI, you can have a 1% share in DESI, you can have a 0.1% share in Lucky, a 0.01% share in Trio, etc. And so, you know, you can have a 1% share in any of these tokens and then suddenly decide, hey, you know what, I want to give 50% to my daughter or my son. And you can transfer that share to their wallet. And I think that is the big game changer with these tokens. They're liquid, right? Not just so that you can sell them, but so that you can divvy them up, spread them out to different wallets at year 7, at year 8, at year 9. And especially with the perpetuals, the other thing with them is that they're infinitely restaking. So DESI, for example, year 10, you know, after a bit of a reload phase for 2 weeks, it's going to be restaked. And so you could hold DESI forever, for 2 decades if you wanted to, and you know, not have to think about it. And so by buying a coin like DESI or Lucky or any of the perpetuals, really, you're capturing a percentage of a HEX state, or if you look at the end result, you're capturing a percentage of the total HEX inflation. And that's it. You don't have to do anything beyond that point. You're capturing that, and you don't have to think about restaking. You don't have to think about penalties. You can, you know, change your strategy in 50 years time, in 80 years time. You can transfer those coins to a different wallet. And so the transferability and the fact that you can, you know, own a share in a product which is already amazing, that had a hard lock and is the foundation, that's the kill shot for me. That's the kill shot to crypto. There's nothing, if you think about it, there's nothing more that you need from crypto. There's nothing more that you need. This is what everyone is looking for. They're talking about, you know, ways of getting it through, you know, contracts and companies and this, that, and the other. This is what everyone is looking for in finance. And the only thing left before the bull market starts, the only thing left is the price goes up. That is the only thing left. If you think about how incredible it is that we have these products, like trustless, immutable smart contracts that do this, that let participants decide what percentage of the total yield of the system, the inflation of the system they want to capture. The last bastion, you know, or the last kind of block for us, the only thing in the way for us now is price go up. That's it. Everything works. And so when I think about that, I just get insanely bullish, because right now is, you know, it's the accumulation phase. The timing is like so perfect. We're at a heavy, well, the discount is closing on the GBTC premium discount. That's closing. The halvening is very close, so we're nearly at the Bitcoin halvening, less than a year away. And so everything is lining up for price to do well, and all of the mechanisms are in place. We have HEX, we have the perpetuals. You know, you can claim your percentage of the total inflation. You can decide, right? You can decide which, how much risk you want to take with either of these. So, yeah, just insanely bullish times, and that's why I think that you should really consider looking into the perpetuals, look into HEX, because they change the game and they're the kill shot. Bye guys.